A slate of 10 games tomorrow as you're wrapping those last-minute presents, and then 3 more Monday on Christmas Day.
So, quick question for you, partner. Is it possible that I can count this as a gift to all my friends, right? Rather than having to wrap up something else, I present you NFL football and a lot of it.
The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
First carry, and right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. First and 10, here's Pickett. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here is 3rd and 5. Now Pickett. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep for Cincinnati, the rookie Charlie Jones. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. On the return is Jones. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals now set for their first possession, and it's Pro Bowler Joe Burrow who leads this offense in his 4th season now out of LSU.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air it out right away. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trey Hendrickson, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Pickett back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Jones. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 57 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch so far by Pickens. It's good for a 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Pickett. Taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once. That is now 2 sacks for him. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's 1 catch away from trade game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They can really decimate him. Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 60. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, facing the next time they get the ball.
Pickett on 3rd and 1. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it.
Certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Jones on the return. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Burrow will throw. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. Fights forward at the 20. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Looking deep here for Chase. And this is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jamar Chase on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals open the lead up to 34-0. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bengals grab it. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. No, let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Now 2nd and 9. They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow. High throw, but the catch is made. And he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it is 42-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming. And able to get this out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here we go. Hey, can. 50,
Play action. It's Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll give it to Mixon, and he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
McPherson now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground, and he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Here we go. At 80. What is that? 56. Mike, 56. Right. 11.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Good stuff going on later in the afternoon as well, especially down in Miami, where it will be the Dolphins taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And lastly, tune in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that...
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Cincinnati. 52 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Quick slant caught by Chase. And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Check. 12.
A draw play for Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Olszewski now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 23. Harris will start the drive out. And a short pickup to about the 25. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at the 23. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been it. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A big play there for Cincinnati. 48 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Mixon with a first down carry. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together.
Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett, quick completion here to Johnson. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. That's going to be caught by Pickens. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking to throw, Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll throw again with Pickett. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. Remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. Could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's got some space here. Joe Mixon racing to the end zone. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, 83 yards. And the Bengals add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. And McPherson on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's...
And he loses the football the second time. And the Bengals grab it. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Bengals are able to fumble by turning it into 6 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows they don't put some points up on the board.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And this effort stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. The return is Jones.
blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
But not only is his defense pitching for themselves, I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every...
A nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's fourth down.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Jones. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And the Bengals take over first and 10.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Looking deep here for Chase.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 49 yards.
And even with the game seemingly, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had it. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover. But it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it. We're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for Cincinnati, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.